there's a lot of grind to it. Like, so I started in 2012, but I was doing like independent comics in Ireland, and then through there, you're posting your work online, and you're hoping it's being seen, and you're kind of like, do you know, like the idea of the circles of influence,
Yes, yeah.
Stephen Covey kind of thing, where there might be somebody of some influence, like another artist, who sees it and is like, that guy has potential, and they'll like signal boost you, and then you've kind of like slightly broadened your circle of influence.
Yeah, so you start with your initial circle, your
Yeah.
initial friends, family, and then you're going out to the next ones and the
Yeah,
next ones.
way out on the fringes, and the more you expand that out and catch the eye, the more you sort of move in. But it does, for me, for me at least, like I was way on the fringes doing like independent stuff in Ireland, and then I caught the eye of a few artists. There are a few artists in Ireland who work for Marvel, and they would signal boost you, but you would maybe get as far as working for some slightly larger publishers, but not like a Marvel Comics. That was always like, you know,
The end goal,
Yeah.
like one day.
the castle in the distance,
Yes,
and every
yeah.
small job would get you a little closer, but you didn't know how close. And like from as far back as 2017, I've done projects at Marvel, and then ended up back there. And so I'm in a situation where for many years I would do a little thing at Marvel, and then I would be going back to like the other stuff. And so you would get it, and you'd be like, "Is this it? Am I working for Marvel now?" And you are,
Yes.
but you're so caught up thinking about, but what's next, that you don't realize, well, you've done it, and then you're back to the other thing. So it's like, it's the difference between, initially you think the job is, or like the goal is to get the job at Marvel, but it's really like you want to get your feet under the table. You know, again, the circle of influence, you start off on the outside of it, but to be in, and like only this past year or so, I've been able to like do jobs for Marvel and be like, oh, this is it. You know, I'm doing it. So
Yeah.
I'm starting to only feel now, after like 12 years, that I can say, yeah, I work for Marvel Comics, and yeah, it's cool. Like I'm doing my dream job now. You know,
And isn't there some dream and freedom within that space where you can move in and out, where you're not stuck down to one thing, where you're creating your own projects as well?
yeah.
And maybe taking something you're learning from Marvel into your own projects.
Oh, for sure. Like as